We appreciate you making a triumphant return to the XRP channel, everyone. You all mean a lot to me. I hope everyone has a fantastic Saturday, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoy your weekend. You can probably expect these costs to stay rather stable, so go outside and enjoy nature. But when you look at the bigger picture, you can see that today there was a small correction, like a little drop. Even though a lot of people are worried, you have to keep things in perspective. Remembering that it is the weekend can help you make sense of what is happening right now in the cryptocurrency markets, especially with Bitcoin. The shutdown of CNB futures usually occurs on Friday and Saturday, which leads to more manipulation. Still, XRP's value has dropped to over $2.00, a decrease of only 0.5%. A market valuation of $128 billion, $300 million, yeah, $300.13 billion, 0 cents. In transactions every day, characterize today's 20 Bitcoin price, which has fallen by 0.1%. Please understand that the content of this program is not meant to be taken as like any investment, financial advice requires doing one's own study before putting money into Bitcoin. Plans are crucial since open interest is 88.7% of market capitalization. A fascinating topic of conversation is the fact that one person is buying Bitcoin at an unprecedented rate, which is well known. Post your opinions down here. I have a topic to talk about today, and I think we should keep things humorous because it is the weekend. Along with many others, let us quickly reflect. Many were curious about the circumstances surrounding Warren Buffett's decision to sell a large number of equities. The cryptocurrency markets, which I have been keeping an eye on, fell precipitously along with more conventional markets. The conventional markets saw a major collapse a few weeks ago, wiping off value in the trillions. Interestingly, someone with a lot of money on hand seemed to have foreseen this recession. Now he's speaking up about what's happening. Having assets denominated in currencies other than the US dollar can be wise, according to Warren Buffett. We can only guess as crypto fans as to whether he means investing opportunities in digital assets. This conjecture stems from the fact that Bitcoin has seen record-breaking global popularity, and new rules have been put in place to meet these new demands. Are institutional ETFs available? Does his stance on cryptocurrency really seem to be changing? The fact that BlackRock and other large corporations have come out in favor of Bitcoin makes this seem like a reasonable assumption to make. Notable financial institutions that have previously voiced doubts about the digital asset market include Bank of America, JP Morgan, and BlackRock. Cryptocurrency has gained support from many people we don't trust. Is Warren Buffett going to talk about Bitcoin? I expect a huge uptick in activity if he does. This scenario is not completely out of the question, even though the results could be very unexpected. Is it really possible, considering his large cash reserves? He is expected to diversify his holdings using Bitcoin. Considering the advent of additional Ethereum whales who contribute to price hikes, it would not be strange to witness the trends. Remember that these whales are just buying assets. Regular people are wondering why the price isn't going up from $220, 0 cents, but the whales couldn't care less. Prices range from $2, 0 cents now to $1, 0 cents, far, far away, as they think about all sorts of things. Look at what's happening right now with Bitcoin and Ripple. I believe that XRP's perception will be drastically changed when ETFs are introduced. One of the few cryptocurrencies that has endured and is still evolving is XRP, and it is finally starting to show some real results. Their years of hard work are now paying off, and they're becoming noticed by powerful people. It seems like a lot of well-known investors are buying XRP through OTC channels, which is something we should not forget when thinking about our past assessments of XRP. This leads me to assume that the OTC transactions are being undervalued. Interesting, but go on with me. You were chief executive officer in the US before you know. According to law, digital assets were the first ever accessible asset class for the ordinary person since you were involved before institutions became involved. Everything you said is correct in my opinion. In 2016, when I first started investing in cryptocurrency markets, I was introduced to Bitcoin by friends who talked about it a lot. It wasn't until that year in class when a male student sat next to me that I realized this may turn into something major. I don't know if I've told you this story before, but one of my friends, maybe you know him, sat down next to me. If my memory serves me right, he had a substantial amount of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and another cryptocurrency. I think he didn't have any Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP in his wallet, but it was cheap back then. His announcement that his Bitcoin's value had risen sharply and that he expected it to continue to rise aroused my curiosity in the market. Because of this, I thought it would be a great chance to get my name out there. In 2016, I bought my first Bitcoin and later used Bitfinex to turn it into XRP. The wistful days. The Bitcoin market has been a part of my life since 2016, and next year will be the 10th anniversary. I agreed with you then and there because I have had many incredible experiences since then. I have not stopped learning all I can about this field, even though I have lost a lot of money. Despite your extensive background in this sector, I am still delving into different parts of it. I know I still have a lot to learn, even though I've been working in this area for a while, around 8 or 9 years. I would like to have a conversation with you about how every day brings the possibility of new insights. Every day, new information is learned in this market. But it was at that time and during the years that I started to see the consequences of the increasing institutional interest in my cryptocurrency. The acquisition of an ETF for use by institutions is within our grasp. Noted personalities had previously voiced doubts about its viability, saying it would never happen, yet it has already materialized. People are starting to use it, and it's worth noting that digital assets offer a once-in-a-generation chance for people to build wealth for their families before banks and other institutions do it. Regarding generational wealth, a word often used in modern discussions, it is worth noting that many people got into the Bitcoin markets early on. One could have already achieved a governmental level of wealth by choosing the right coin 7 to 8 years ago, or even from the preceding cycle. This claim is without doubt, and there are no rebuttals to this idea, an important consideration that we must not lose sight of